In October of 2020, 1 month before a citywide election, Commissioner Kevin Cannon took to Facebook to criticize the Winter Springs Community Association and defend our water quality.
So when you get information from the Winter Springs Community Association, when you get information from Mr. Phillips or Mr. Greenberg, go to your source, go to your city, look at the water quality reports for yourself.
In the video, he claimed that engineers had offered independent testimony.
Every one of these engineers that are licensed professionals, outside licensed professionals, have told your mayor and this commission that your water meets or exceeds all of the state and federal guidelines.
But had the engineers actually offered independent testimony? I had emailed Mr. Cannon after that July meeting, feeling that the commission had expressed blatant dismissal of legitimate concerns. Mr. Cannon stated, "I wanted the engineering experts that night to commit by stating on the record that they had no concerns about the safety of our city water. That was my purpose." And later he said, "The purpose of the engineer's presentation was to address those issues and to reassure our residents." Let's state that again. The purpose of the engineer's presentation was to reassure our residents. I wanted the engineering experts on the record that they had no concerns about the safety of our city water. That was my purpose. So the city brought in engineers for the expressed purpose of alleviating concerns in July, and then used their testimony in an October Facebook video.
Every one of these engineers have told your mayor and this commission that your water meets or exceeds all of the state and federal guidelines.
The video clip was then used to slam our association,
the Winter Springs Community Association, when you get information
and
from
cast doubt
Mr. Phillips
on the
or Mr.
information that we
Greenberg,
were
when you
sharing
get information
online,
from,
and to tell people to come to the city for accurate information.
Go to your source, go to your city, look at the water quality reports for yourself. Listen to what they tell you.
But is the city a reliable source of information? Several residents bypassed the city and went to the state, and it turns out it was the city that was caught in a misinformation campaign by not testing and not accurately reporting their test results. So let's recap. In February of 2020, the city stops properly testing and reporting its wastewater plant. This is right after Veolia takes over. They're cited for a failure to test and report fecal coliform in the wastewater. They show violations as early as April 2020, and in January, it was showing readings of greater than 20,000. That's more than 800 times the legal limit of fecal coliform in the wastewater. The water report released during that time for the drinking water system cited several test failures from April of 2019, showing coliform in the drinking water on 3 separate tests. In July, engineers are brought in to give a presentation, which, according to Mr. Cannon, the expressed purpose of that presentation was to convince all of us that there were no problems, no safety concerns with the drinking water. So that then 2 months later, right before an election in October, Mr. Cannon could take that staged testimony to make a video to criticize us for sharing information and tell residents to instead go to the city for information. Not mentioning that it was the city, in fact, that, as we now know, was lying to the state, improperly reporting, and not submitting test results. So where do we go from here? Hundreds of your neighbors have already signed a petition to fire Veolia. We need to hold the city council, the city manager, and this water company responsible for their actions to clean up this mess. If you're interested, go to onewintersprings.com/water and sign our petition today. We'd also love to have you join our association. We're looking to begin to meet regularly again, and we'll have information about our monthly meetings on our website soon. You can join us on Facebook, follow us on our website, onewintersprings.com.